What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus Ally and Z1 Extreme gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're gonna do Liminal Exit. Now, we already tried it on the Steam Decks, and it's playable-ish. It can get like on low 30-ish FPS most places, but there'll be certain times where it'll drop down into the 20s if certain abnormalities happen to appear. And I know that first. At first, I was gonna say, oh man, if you just play on low, it's pretty much a 30 FPS experience. So I'm glad I played a little longer. And that's why I always say, just because I'm getting 30 or 60 or whatever FPS we're getting in this area, there could always be circumstances where it drops and gets lower, since it's not like I play through the entirety of most games. Sometimes I will get through these by the time I get to like the final computer, which on a game that runs like this on Unreal Engine, I'm pretty sure it's Unreal Engine 5, I'm pretty sure we're gonna end up going through this on every computer. But regardless, I'm having fun with it, so we'll see if I can get to the end or not. And we'll see how it runs on everything along the way. So let's go get started, shall we?
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and just do 1080p. We'll start off on high, which actually is pretty damn playable. But just like the Steam Deck, I think it would suffer from spots where it drops under. In fact, I think it does just on this first level, which is the easiest one to run, I might add. So your best bet is to just run it at 720p low. And it still looks alright. Not as great as high, but it's not horrible by any means. But why don't we now get into the game?
Hello there. So you decided to be in the program. What a great decision. But now you must be wondering how to reach the bliss, or how to exit the program. But you have to be a deranged one to want to leave. Now, no need to worry. I'll explain everything one by one. Whether to exit or to reach bliss, it comes down to the decisions you make when you encounter an anomaly. But what is an anomaly? It can be anything abnormal with the environment, like objects being out of place, weird experiences or sounds that are unnatural. This all can be called an anomaly. Now, what to do when you encounter the anomaly, or when there is none? It's simple. First, move to the second left on the floor and locate the floor buttons. Then, if there was no anomaly on the floor, press
Now we're on a 900p medium, and I should have said something on the first video. I can't believe I didn't. I think the graphics is fucked up in some way or not here, unfortunately. I was going to say it might be an AMD thing, but I think it's just an APU thing. And it's just a Windows APU thing, because the Steam Deck seemed to display the graphics correctly here. Same thing with the Lenovo, and all the rest of the laptops and desktops all did fine. It's just these guys that seemed way too dark, like it's missing lighting. Last up, and your best bet for the best FPS, and it's still barely stay over 30 in some areas, but 720p in low, and it really doesn't look that bad. Like if you did a side-by-side, I'm sure you noted a difference, but the textures don't look that bad on low in this game. I think it's because of an Unreal Engine 5 game. Maybe it's just 4, but since it's GX12, it's probably 5. But there are some DX11 or Unreal 4 games that are DX12, so I'm not sure. Either way, game time. All right, we'll do what we did on the Z1 Extreme model, and we'll do 1080p high first. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought the white Z1 Extreme actually got a few more FPS than this, but I think we might have been at different spots. But I felt like that about some other things. Maybe the new Windows install did something good for it or something. Or the extra cooling helps it stay at slightly higher clocks. Who knows? Or it's placebo, and they're just getting the exact same, and I'm just in my head about it. But regardless, why don't we get into the game, and you guys can be the judge of that. Now 9 herpy medium on the X here. And again, I swear it got a little bit better on the white version. But again, I might be in my own head about it, and it's like the exact same. Though, without a frame rate counter, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the two anyway, so take that for what you will. But now that we're done looking at the settings, let's get into the game, shall we? we shall do 720p on low here on the X. And this is the one where it got to 60 quite often on the just white Z1 Extreme version. I know they all have the Z1 Extreme chipset, but one's an X, one's the Z1 Extreme. That's just what they're called. So that's why I called that. But in any case, maybe it's just because I'm in a slightly different part. Not sure, but that's what it sure seemed like. But now, let's get into the game, shall we?
Get some camera recorded gameplay, and I don't know, I think the graphics are messed up. I think I remember this happening on some AMD systems before. Unless this is what it's supposed to look like, and the Steam Deck was the one with the messed up graphics, that's always a possibility. And see, now I have ears. I'm completely deaf when I'm doing the screen recorded part. So that is definitely, that is not normally there, I don't think. Although if it was, I never would have really heard it. Although, actually no, I would have on the Steam Decks. We were in here before. Alright. It's so dark in here. It makes me think that it's definitely not the way the graphics are supposed to be. But who knows? I could be wrong. It's still playable, it's just a little hard to see sometimes. But we'll see what it looks like on other systems, and then we can make our judgment. everything seems the same. That was me walking in the water, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm walking in the corner. That one was good. Unless it was something so small I just didn't notice, which can happen, I'm sure. Yeah, because I got restarted, so it must have been wrong. It must have been something messed up there, and I just didn't notice. So now we gotta do everything over again. We cruised through this on the Steam Deck LCD. Now I seem to be not noticing as well. Alright, that looks good, but again, could be very wrong. Okay, everything looks the same so far. Towel on the thing. Same amount of seats. The timer clock thingy is the same. Alright, I don't see anything wrong with this. I'm probably wrong and it's going to restart me, but I just don't see anything wrong. So I don't want to sit there and say there's something wrong if I don't actually see anything wrong. Let's see if I was right. It would restart us back to 3 if I was wrong. Okay, nope, I must have guessed right, or it would have put us back at the beginning. Okay, same amount of chairs. No TV. No random sounds that I can hear that shouldn't be there. Towels still there. Same amount of chairs, nothing in the corner. Pool's still shaped the same. Same time, same lockers. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong there either. Again, other people watching probably saw like 10 things wrong. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's right there, you idiot. Okay, no, we guessed right again. Alright. I think that means we got one more thing to try after this. Alright, sounds. Oh. I definitely didn't get assassinated before, so. Or drugged or whatever, so that was definitely an abnormality. Okay, yeah, no, there was definitely no creepy, weird-ass freaking... whatever the fuck that is. Yeah, no, that definitely never happened. Damn, it's got so much actual bass, it's shaking my... Actually, no, I forgot this thing does have better it's probably got those thingies, what are they called? Vibration motors. I mean, the Steam Deck has them too, but they don't really work very well. So yeah, there's definitely a sound that we didn't hear before. Hey, we made it to 2. Definitely had a little bit of a stutter there loading, but I don't really ever count going to another level as big stutters or whatever. So let's see here. This is the one where we take note of everything. I don't think they changed those on me. That'd be lame if they did. I pretty much know how this thing's set up because I've done it a few times, but let's see how I do with this one. And I'm curious if that one crazy one that made the Steam Deck drop down to 20 FPS will pop up on this, because I'm curious if it can still stay over 30 at least. But if it's getting this close to 60, it can probably do it. Yeah, this is definitely a much funner experience on here, other than the possible graphical anomalies on the first level there. Now, since it's my first time there, I think you're supposed to just hit P like that. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, that definitely wasn't happening before. They made that really easy on the first one there for me. The only thing I'm not sure about is that locker being completely open. I think it always was, but I'm not 100. Well, let's go see if I'm right. It'll restart us if I'm wrong. I'm gonna go say everything is kosher. Oh. Nope. I think I was wrong on that. Let's see. Might have been something else though. Let's see if that thing is supposed to be that open or not. I'm curious if I was right on that or not. Because I know that one's always open a crack. Okay, no, that's always open like that. Hey, at least it doesn't restart the whole thing on me when I'm not playing on hardcore. That would really suck. That's gotta be a hard achievement to get. Unless you're really good at paying attention. can't remember if that thing was always hanging on the wall or not. I don't really see anything, but I've been wrong many a time before. Well, if it restarts me, we'll know. No? Again, I don't see anything different. Oh wait, that's pretty different. I want to see if there's like a flashlight or something. I don't think there is. Well, I think that pretty much counts as a normality, so... But I also think it's about time to move on to the X. Alright, let's get some camera recorded gameplay on the X here. Had to restart because the whole game had no sound. Hopefully that didn't happen from all the stream record gameplay, but if it did, I do apologize. But yeah, sometimes OBS can just be a real pile of crap. But it's free, so I can't complain too much. Alright, well now we have audio and all that stuff, so I should be able to hear and abnormalities and all that shit now, instead of just going by sight, which still I fail at. I'm still not sure it's supposed to be this dark, but that might be how it's supposed to be. I have no idea what one's the correct one between the Steam Decks and this. We'll just have to wait until we play on more things. So far we just have 2 things to go off of. Who knows, maybe it's a Windows versus Linux. Maybe Linux is just going to be weird like that. And just be like, hey, this is why it's not supported, because the lighting isn't right. But I have no idea. Maybe this is how it's supposed to be. And it's supposed to be all dark and spooky, and you're not supposed to be able to really see anything in some spots. No idea.
Hello there. So you decided to be in the program. What a great decision. But now you must be wondering how to reach the bliss, or how to exit the program. But you have to be a deranged one to want to leave. Now, no need to worry. I'll explain everything one by one. Whether to exit or to reach bliss, it comes down to the decisions you make when you...
Alright, that looks all good. But we shall see. Okay, I don't see or hear anything so far. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong. Or hear anything. But they could be really sneaky, and it could be a little bitty tiny little thing that I just didn't notice, like one of the towels was gone or something like that. Oh, I guess I didn't hit it. Now I'm sitting here thinking, what the heck, why are we still in a dark room? Nope, we messed up. I don't know what the hell is different, but obviously something was, or we wouldn't be back at the start. didn't see anything, but probably wrong again. We'll see. I think they make some very tiny little things different sometimes just to really screw with you. It's not always going to be obvious. Yep. I didn't hear or see anything, but yeah, we messed something up. We should give me some of those easy ones where it's like, hey, yeah, there's a frickin' giant bird right there. That's obviously not supposed to be there. Again, didn't seem like there is anything wrong, so I figured, oh, well, there probably is. But nope, wrong again. Now we got slushy feet. Weird sounds there either. Yep, didn't see anything, but as usual, probably was something. No. Alright, well, let's try to pay attention here. Nope, that's definitely not normal. See, this is the kind of stuff I wouldn't have been able to hear during the camera recorded portion. People probably sitting here like, what the fuck, dude? That's also not normal. Okie dokie. Yeah. It's probably pretty funny to like walk through something like that, then come over here and be like, no man, everything seems fine. That's probably what I did like a bunch of times without even realizing it. Alright, again, nothing seems out of place or weird, no weird sounds. So you'd think everything would be good, everything would be fine, but I'm probably missing something, but I'm just gonna go with what I hear and see, otherwise I'd be freaking honestly crazy. I'd rather miss something instead of just going back and forth and guessing and be like, oh yeah, no, I'm just gonna go do, you know? I didn't hear anything, so. Nope, there's obviously something. I should have just picked that, but I don't want to just do that if I really don't see or hear anything different, you know? So, we're back to the beginning again. But we can also go wrap the video on up, I think. Alright guys, that's a wrap for Liminal Exit on the Ally X and Z1 Extreme, and these definitely seem to handle this game a buttload better than the Steam Decks. The Steam Decks are borderline playable-ish, where this, even on high, seems to almost match what a Steam Deck gets normally, just on low, and at 1080p versus 720p no less. But still, at least on the Steam Deck, it's still playable-ish versus just up always 5 FPS or something like that. So it's at least not that bad, but I would definitely rather play this game on here, that's for sure. Although they're still doing their weird restarts whenever I launch a game and whatnot. I don't know what's up with that. And I would imagine though, if it was happening to everybody, people would be complaining left and right and Asus would have fixed it by now. So maybe I did just get unlucky and something broke in both of mine at the same time. But after a restart, they're fine. They play for, you could sit there and play till the battery's dead and they will never restart or do anything weird again. It's very strange, but definitely probably either to do with Windows or GPU bug or something. My Steam Decks have definitely never done that. My Lenovo Legion Go S has definitely never done that. Heck, none of my other Windows systems have done that. It's definitely just a Windows and Ally or GPU driver thing, one of the three. But, or it could be 4. Both of my systems broke at precisely the same time, which I highly, highly doubt. That just seems pretty unlogically impossible. But hey, just because it's logically impossible doesn't mean it's completely impossible. So, I'm still throwing that out there as an option. Either way though, that is all for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.